everybody. It's Bondilyn Jolly with Elevate in 365, and thanks for tuning in to today's casual conversation. I am with Shelley Zavitz. She is the broker at the Hasson Group in Portland, Oregon. Hey, Shelley.
Thank you for having me. Nice
I
to
am
see you.
so very happy to have you here. So, you and I actually met at a recent Women Up conference
Hmm.
and have gotten to know each other since that point. And honestly, your story is so so fascinating to me. You're somebody who came out of a long career, successful career in broadcasting, made the transition into real estate, and then you decided that wasn't enough. You actually wrote a book, an award nominated book, by the way, people, called Your First 365 Days in Real Estate. And it's an absolutely fantastic book. I know you have a copy of it sitting there. Go ahead and hold it up and show everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome. And so, what was it that compelled you to write, the book that you did? And it's so wonderful because you share personal stories and insight over your experience, but you also have a lot of tactical and foundational advice that is in that book. So, really what compelled you and inspired you to write that story?
I just really felt that, I was looking back at my first 2 years and I thought, I wish that somebody had told me, A, it would be like this, B, how hard it was, and C, what I should have been doing. And there's a lot of books. I read a ton of books, but none of them really told you how to be a startup business specific to real estate. So my goal was, it was kind of a reach back. I really wanted to help new agents or people thinking about getting into the business know what they were getting into, and then kind of arm them with things that they're going to need to know about. Like I talk about business plans, and nobody wants to do one, but we all need to, because you can't decide where you're going unless you've drawn the path. So that's what a business plan is. Change your mindset. Please do one. And then I talk about, marketing analysis. I talk about how to set out a plan for marketing. I think that's so important. You should be doing your business plan. If you're doing it now, you're a little bit late. I think that you should be doing it around September, October, because it takes 90 days for things to show up. So if you want business in January, something that you did in the fall is going to be producing that. So I really tried to depart as much as I could with with like trying to arm people with as much knowledge as I had, because I was so grateful I had so many people around me like pushing me up. So I just wanted to help. So that was the whole purpose of it. It's written
And
from a place of empathy for sure.
well, and I know some of the things that you talk about in the book, and we get into those when you do your full 24/7 interview with me. So you guys are going to have to dial in to get that. But you talk about, kind of determining who you are and then surrounding yourself with four key people in your life. And it really is. It's such a consumable book, and easy for people to read, and it's so true and authentic. And I know that you come from a place of wanting to be of service and help to others. And I understand that you actually now have been receiving a lot of feedback, notes from people all over the place that are contacting you. How does that feel to really to know that you're making such an impact on new agents?
It's it's remarkable. I mean, I got one as far as Australia so far, of just people saying, it's mostly agents that are in the middle, in their first couple months and it's not going well. And they're like, I know what I need to do now. I couldn't figure it out, but now I know what I need to do now, and I just needed someone to tell me. And you can hear in their words, or read in their words, like the kind of passion that they have, that they want to be successful, they want to show up, but they just don't know how. It means the world to me. There's nothing like it. I wasn't expecting that.
I think a lot of people sometimes feel like, they're the only ones that are struggling or questioning or fearful. And I think your book is something that says, you know what, we all go through this. And here's my story of how I went through it and how I overcame it. And it's just so wonderful, Shelley. And you've made such a huge impact on people. So kudos to you.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
So if I'm a new agent who is struggling and I'm heading into this new year and I'm questioning if I'm even going to stay in real estate, what is the piece of advice that you could offer to those people right now?
You need systems. You need to start working your database. You already have the skills that you need. What you need to do is create the database of people that are like minded like you and just start talking to them and start giving yourself away. Start trying to help them in places that they need help and they don't know that they need help. Those are coffees, those are dinners, those are let's go walk in the park. Because once you become a value to somebody, they just automatically want to help you with your small business. So don't hide out in your house. You got to get out there, and you need to talk to people and ask them what they need. Everybody wants to tell you. They do.
Just log into Facebook, people. You'll see that all day long. People want to tell you. Well, Shelley, that is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for writing your fabulous book. I'm going to make all of Shelley's contact information available where you can actually pick up her book. It's available in print and audio version, which the audio version was actually nominated recently for an award. And when you dial into our 24/7 interview, Shelley is actually going to share her whole story, her transition from the broadcasting industry into real estate. And we're going to really dig in a lot deeper with all of that. So make sure that you pay attention for that release that's coming up here soon. And Shelley, any last words before we dial off for the night?
I would just like to say to new agents, don't give up because there's so many people out there that want to help you. You just have to ask for it.
That's good advice. Shelley, thank you so much for joining me today. Everybody, thanks so much. We release new content every Friday, so keep your eye out and we'll be in touch soon. Bye.